Hello, everybody. How are you? Happy New Year. I'm recording and doing this live um, weird Cartomancy unboxing. I'll tell you more about it in just a moment on January 1st, 2020. Before we get going, I just want to say Happy New Year to you all. And this year, 2020, should be with the energy of the two twos, which also boil down to four, should be a year full of kind of partnerships, connections, relationships, agreements, things that are going to be very stable, long lasting with the two energies and the four totaling. Yeah, just a very powerful and fun year. Hey, Brenda. I will let you know if you're jumping on right now. I am going to do some one card readings. But so hang tight. Probably only gonna be about maybe 30 minutes at the most, 20 to 30 minutes. Just want to say Happy New Year. Hello, Linda. And just kind of tell you, I went, Fabian, my husband, and I went to Disney Springs today. We just walked around. It was so chilly. It was a beautiful day. Sun was out. It was only like 60 degrees. Hey, Kitty. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Hey, Kathleen. You guys, let me know where you're watching from if you want to. I'm Orlando, Florida. So, hey, Tracy, Happy New Year to you. But I'm going to be doing some readings. So hang tight. If you want to get a reading, I'll tell you how in just a moment. I'll be doing some one card readings. So we went to Disney Springs today and just had a really nice kind of relaxing day. Hey, Mary Ellen, how are you? Another Orlando person. Mary Ellen, if you can put your link to your page, your website, where all the workshops, the expos are. I'd love for you to put that in there because this will give me a good opportunity for everybody to see that here in Orlando, Florida. Hey, Karen. Kitty in Chicago. Oh, in Chicago and in Ocala. I see. Gotcha. Brenda's Orlando. Tracy. Oh, is it Bienco, Iowa? How's that up there? And Deneen, how's the weather in Maine? Someone told me it wasn't quite as bad as I thought it would be up there. So there are quite a few out there watching me, and I'm going to introduce you to a weird deck. It's not a divining deck, but I'm going to make it one. Like when I went to Europe, actually I found this tiny little bicycle deck. You can see but I love the color green. It's just a playing card deck. And you can use that for cartomancy or divination. But this is a plain deck with Dali images on it, which the images, when you look at them, they're really, really cool. But also, when I was in Lago di Garda in Italy, I bought this playing cards which has beautiful images, which they all lead into the reading if you read with them. Black Hills, South Dakota. Beautiful, Kathleen. So you guys definitely see Mary Ellen. She posted the Sanctuary for Mind, Body, and Spirit. That is a big expo. And Mary Ellen, correct me if I'm wrong, but you're doing like 3 now in the Central Florida area. One near Celebration. I think I saw one in the Villages. So please post that because I love supporting that. She puts on a wonderful expo. And one of these days, I'm going to be able to do one every time I'm on vacation or something's going on. So one of these days, I'm going to get to do it. So I got to go to one before, or 2, at least 2, 1 or 2. So Deneen says it is brisk. Raise your hand if you've ever played a game called Crazy Eights. Now, I can barely remember playing Crazy Eights, but I know I did as a kid. I liked games like Hearts and Spades, Yahtzee, Scrabble. Those were things that I played a lot with my mom and grandmother. Rook. I wasn't a fan of Uno. Card games that were a little too simple, I wasn't a big fan of. Kitty says yes. There's Mary Ellen. She posted the Facebook post. Yeah, so check that out, you guys, especially if you're in the Orlando area, within a drive, because you can make it a whole day trip over here as well. So here is what I found today, and it's called Sugar Boo. Sugar Boo and Company. It's a really cool store in Disney Springs. And so here's what I found. I saw this deck of cards, and first of all, I love it. It's Crazy Faces, and you play it like Crazy Eights. And it's by E. Boo. So the funny thing was, I got home and I'm looking at it, and on the back it says, it says woman-owned business, or just says woman-owned, established 1994. So first of all, I love that they're stamping owned by women, and it's New York, designed in New York City, made in China. But and then I love this little symbol on the back. Hey, John, there's another Orlando area guy. So John, check out what Mary Ellen posted if you're into some of her workshop and expos. So see this? Not appropriate for 0 to 3 years old. I love that. So so I had them open this up, and of course, once I had them open, I was like, oh, I got to take it. I've got to take it. So I want to show you what this is. So yes, played all those. Cool. So so I wasn't sure if I wanted this, but then once they opened it, I was like, oh, I got to take this. This is fun. So if you don't know what cartomancy is, or cartomancy, Cartomancy, it's just reading playing cards. It's reading cards, and you know, if you read tarot, you're a cartomancer or a cartomancer. But if you just read playing cards, like if you sat down with me and just had a deck of playing cards, I could read you. This is kind of what I'm gonna do right now. So this is what it is. So there's the ones are bananas, but it kind of looks like a giraffe. But as you can see, there's diamonds, spades, hearts, and clubs. So all the faces are the same, and I was hoping all the faces would be different. But even though they're all the same, it's still going to work. So, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some reading. So hang in there if you want a one-card reading. I'm going to take up to 8 people. But the cool thing is, if you don't know this and you read tarot, you may not know this. But so a diamond is what connects and relates back to coins or pentacles or discs. The spade is rooted back to swords, the element of air. Now, there is some discrepancy, but what I'm saying is, I'm going to be honest with you, what I'm saying is either it's the most popular, or it's just because of the group of people I run with. We've all studied maybe from Rachel Pollack or Mary Kay Greer. But that's what I'm saying. Tracy, I went to number 8. Don't jump the gun, Tracy. Not yet. Not yet. Hey, Christy. So, and then hearts would be cups. Think heart, think emotions. And then clubs. So clubs would be like wands or batons. So it's just a cool, simple deck. So I just want to show you a few of the cards. This appears to be like pepper, like a pepper. And of course they put some faces on it. Hi, Tracy. And then this is the 3s, which is like an apple with a little indentation. The 4s are a tomato face. So these are really just kind of fun cards. Number 5 is lemon. So I'm kind of doing a little unboxing, but I'm going to do a reading in just a moment. This is one of my favorite 6s. Little crazy hair kind of onion. And then 7, of course, Sunshine State. 7 is the orange. So yeah, Linda, and you can get it at the Sugar Boo in downtown Disney, or I bet you can find it online, because I did see it on eBay, or not eBay, but Amazon. So, and then this is the 8, which I think it's a kiwi, if I'm looking at it right, and there's a little green inside the mouth, so I'm pretty sure that's a kiwi. 9 is 9 is a trio of nuts. And then 10 looks to be like, I'm going to say like either another apple, or it's more like a peach or a nectarine or something. And then 11 is like a leaf with some black-eyed peas on it, maybe a spinach leaf. Hey, Kathy K. And then 12 is mushroom. I love that. So I want you to know what I'm going to do is read these like a cartomancer. And 10 and 11 and 12, I'm going to say 11 is going to be queen, 12 is going to be king. Because they don't have 13 like you would normally have, like the jack, queen, and king, like a normal kind of a deck. I got some of them backwards. How did I have that? I don't do reverse. So let me shuffle them a little bit. So here's what I want you to do. While I'm shuffling, I want you to write, if you want a reading, a one-card reading, you type in the word me. M-E, meaning I'm raising my hand. I'm giving you permission to read me. I'm going to take the first 8, since this is crazy 8. So type in me. It takes a few seconds for me to get them and see them. So start typing now. If you've had a reading from me lately, maybe let somebody jump in. But otherwise, just go ahead. But yeah, I'm going to just do a little one-card reading with this crazy 8 deck. So Kitty, Tracy. Kitty, Tracy, Karen. Mary Ellen. So let me make sure. Kitty, Tracy, Karen, Mary Ellen, Christy, Kimberly. See, Christy, Kimberly, Kathy, and John. And that's all 8. Kathy and John, that's all 8. So here's what's gonna work. So Linda, sorry, I got all of them. So here's what's going to work. Linda or anybody else watching, or if you're watching it in the replay, because this is going to go to my YouTube channel. It's going to go to my YouTube channel, but also it'll be up for a while. So if you did not get one of my numbers, and here are the numbers. 1 is Kitty, 2 is Tracy, 3 is Karen, 4 Mary Ellen, 5 Christy, 6 Kimberly, 7 Kathy, 8 John. So if you didn't get a number, pick one of those numbers. Pick one and then trust when I read it for that person, it will mean something for you as well, especially if you're in the replay. And if you share this with friends and stuff like that, then they can get a reading too. Tell them to pick a number between 1 and 8. Like if you share it, say, hey, so-and-so, pick a number between 1 and 8 and watch this. And you can even tell them what minute to watch or go to. So let me shuffle. So I'm just going to do what Spirit has for you, what Spirit needs to tell you most right now. So Kitty, so Tracy, oh, can they share my 2 with me? Yeah, everybody, in other words, just pick a number. So you just pick a number, whichever number you want. One. So those of you that I've said it, those are going to be your number specifically. But if you didn't get a number, then just pick one. So if you're just joining me, pick a number in your mind between 1 through 8, and when I get to it, trust that it will mean something to you. So Kitty, for you, first reading is going to be number 12, and that is the mushroom. So, and it's funny because I'm going to work a little bit, let me just go flat out with Spirit. So this would be the King of, and it's funny, I couldn't see it. So King of Swords, because that's spades. So I would say, Kitty, really, really monitor your words, your thoughts, be conscious of them. And this is where I use intuition. So I'm looking at a mushroom, which mushrooms grow at night, and they're kind of fungus, and they are very temporal because they'll grow, they usually die. So be very conscious of your words that are not long lasting or just trite or just, you stew overnight. Be conscious of what you say. For those of you who chose number 1, and for Kitty, be very conscious of your words. And 12 boils down to 3. So 3 is a beautiful, positive, optimistic, number. So I would say choose very positive, optimistic words. So right now, be conscious of your words and what you choose them, especially those that might be brewing overnight or you've been sleeping on, you've been thinking, I got to have that conversation tomorrow. So there's a message for those of you who chose number 1, but also specifically for Kitty. And once I read you, if it makes some sense, or you chose that one and it made some sense, then definitely let me know, because I love to know when Spirit's working on and working. So Tracy, you're number 2, and anybody who chose number 2 coming at you next. And feel free to share this if you want to. I don't know how that works. Like you share it and you broadcast it out and tell them to pick a number. So, all right, so Tracy and anybody who picked number 2, here is your card. And it is, it's the same one. I shuffled them. So Tracy, pretty much the same message, but let me ask Spirit. Oh, okay. So pretty much the same message I just said for those who chose number 2, but also roll with the punches just a little bit more. Spirit showed me the mushroom rolling down. So Tracy and anybody who chose number 2, roll with the punches and you know what? You don't have to prove you're right. You don't have to tell someone when they're wrong. Sometimes just laugh and roll with the punches and just allow yourself to be in the moment and enjoy it rather than proving you're right, showing your wisdom, your knowledge, that King of Swords energy. So just kind of go with it. Kitty, you are welcome. So that was for number 2. So number 2, pretty much, and Tracy, same thing I said first, but also roll with the punches a little bit more with that mushroom. And be conscious of the hidden value that you have in this world, again, as a leader, as someone who speaks, as someone who works with people. So, hey, Heather. So, Heather, when we get to number 4, trust that it will be for you, because number 4 is for Mary Ellen, but also trust that you'll resonate with that message as well. So, Heather, sound good? So, all right, so that was number 2 with Tracy. So, Karen, and anybody who chose number 3, this is for you. Let's hope it's not the 12 of spades again. So, all right, because if it is, then we got a real message for tonight from Spirit. Okay, good. It's not 3 of clubs. So this would be like 3 of wands. So first of all, we got all 3s tonight so far. So I love the surprise on this one. And 3, again, is a very positive number. It's beautiful. It's optimism. It's creative optimism, creative expression. But the 3 of wands is about trusting that what you've set in motion is about to come back and come to fruition. So your intentions, you're manifesting. This is the arrival of the thing that you've longed for, wished for, and hoped for. So if you chose number 3, here's a number 3, and just trust that what you've planned and been waiting for is coming soon. Continue to trust if it hasn't quite arrived yet. And I keep hearing before, I'm going to say 15, 18 of January, that thing will come in. So Tracy, I love it. Tracy's like, I should have picked number 1. You said you're about to pick number 1. I love it. I love it. So there's a message for those who chose number 3, and it was the 3 of wands. So Renee said, hi, I'm waiting my number. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you too. All right, so for Mary Ellen and anybody who chose number 4, I think that was Heather and anybody else out there, what is your card from Spirit? So 2 of hearts. So this is like 2 of cups out of the tarot deck, but I love this this is like a little wise vegetable. It's like just smart, very knowing, very pleasant, very peaceful. But this 2 of cups or 2 of hearts would be about partnerships. This entire year is about partnerships. It's 2 sets of 2s, which is also 4. But there's a lot of partnering, coupling, romance, love, partnerships, agreements, contracts being signed. So really focus on where you can make collaborations and work together with other people. So that's what I would say for the number 4 people, Mary Ellen. So yeah, so focus on partnerships and creation, especially this year, especially this entire year. So Anna Pereira of the Wellness Universe, she asked me to write something about that. And that's kind of what I said. I said a lot of partnerships, a lot of unity and harmony, but a lot of the relationships that you're going to build this year are going to last for a long, long, long time. Yay, Heather. Mary Ellen, you are welcome. So who did I miss? 3 of wands. Kathleen, 3 of wands. You're welcome. So, all right, moving on to number 5 and Christy. Anybody who chose number 5, jumping on Christy's bandwagon. So let's see what Christy and number 5 has to say. So, all right, so this is 12 of clubs. So this is like the King of Wands. And again, we got that beautiful fun mushroom right there. So the King of Wands, this would be that beautiful Aries energy. So really step into your leadership role right now. For those of you who got number 5 for Christy, and Spirit is saying this is kind of like family. Like family. I keep seeing kids and family. Step up as the leader. Take a little bit more charge. And it's almost like they're showing me, for those of you who chose number 5, it's like in and around the house and the home. Take a little bit more of authority and charge. Like if your lawn's not getting mowed, call the people and say, get your butts over here. If there's a problem and they haven't worked on it or something, take that authority, treat it like it's a business and really step into a little bit more of an authority role. For those of you who chose number 5, and you can look up Aries and Zodiac and see what some of the traits and characteristics, because Aries is that leading sign. It's the first sign. I'm Pisces. I'm the last and the 12th one. Some people believe once you're born a Pisces, you never have to come back in another lifetime. I don't feel that. If that's the case, I'm cool, whatever it is. Mary Ellen, you're welcome. Heather, yay, sweet. So, all right, so that was for Christy and anybody who chose number 5s. So let me move to number 6s and Kimberly. So Kimberly and anybody who chose number 6, this card is for you. And this is just a message of what Spirit feels like is the most important thing for you right now. Oh my gosh. So this is that wonderful King of Spades, that 12 of Spades coming up again. So Kimberly, this is another one for you. So definitely want to watch what you say. Be conscious of your words. Try to speak them in positive, fluid. And this makes me, I'm being drawn to business. So I'm really being drawn into work and business, and I'm seeing like cutting, slicing, dicing, kicking butt, taking names kind of thing. So this makes me feel like step into that authority role like we talked about. A lot of authority, a lot of leadership roles here tonight. And of course, we're at the first day of the month, so it's like take in charge, make it happen. But I feel like this energy, for those of you who chose number 6, is about like work and really getting the ducks in line, preparing. I feel this could have a lot to do with like small businesses or second jobs or businesses run out of the house. But I'm also feeling like the corporate. I see like the hallway, walking down, making sure that you've got everything, realizing you're a human. Delegate as needed, but it's time to step up and take a little bit more charge. Either you've been given it already, or by doing this, you're going to be given a little bit more. So, oh, you are an Aries, Kathy. Oh, that's perfect. Perfect. So Tracy, looks many of us need to think before we speak. Yes, Tracy, absolutely. A lot of thinking before we speak tonight. So that was for number 6s and Kimberly. So Kathy and those who chose number 7, this is for you. Tracy, I definitely don't lose sleep over it. And I'm one of those that do. If you're a Pisces, you'll probably resonate with this. I'm one of those who would suffer by not saying something because it might hurt your feelings. I would suffer through something. I was a people pleaser. I'd rather suffer myself than how does your food taste? Oh, it's wonderful. I go home and vomit, but I didn't want you to feel bad. I'm learning to not do that. So, Tracy, Sag, I love it. So the Sag would have been that, I think the Sag is the King of Clubs. So the 12 of Clubs. So, all right, so Kathy and number 7s, here is for you. What does Spirit have to say for you? The 2 of Clubs. All right, so we got that beautiful pepper, it looks like again. So 2 of Clubs, this is about decisions. This would be 2 of Wands. So for Kathy and those who choose number 7s, I really feel like there's a lot of sitting on butts right now. It's time to make a decision. I'm looking at relationship mainly, but also a little bit of work, some friends, but it's almost like I feel like you need to make a decision. It's like, the old saying, shit or get off the pot. It's like something needs to be done here. And it's one of those where it's like, it's not bad or painful or wrong that you're staying in this place of indecisiveness. But I just want to say, man, it's going to be so much better when you finally decide. It's it's like having that ingrown hair, that tooth. Just go to the dentist, get it fixed. It's going to feel much better afterwards. So yeah, so it's just like, and again, it's not like it's in pain or it's bad or infected, but it's like it's just going to be so much better. It's like annoying. So definitely make that decision. Put yourself out of the misery of indecisiveness. So, all right. So hopefully that resonated with some of you 7s. And then John, finally, the last card, John, and those who chose number 8 for the Crazy 8s deck. And if you're joining me, I'm just doing some cartomancy with this Crazy Faces deck. It's just really weird and bizarre. You can see it's just got some really weird stuff on it. It's so funny how very few like some of the same cards popped up. So Kathy says, I'm flirting with Leo, who he has taken his time. Linda said, Capricorn and retired, working on getting my home cleared, cluttered, and organized. Oh, perfect. All right, so John, this is for you and anybody who chose number 8. Let's see what Spirit has to say for you. Oh, yay! And I love it that it's John, the only guy so far, and we've got 3 nuts here. So this is 9 of Clubs, which would be like 9 of Wands. And I love these three little peanuts here. But the 9 of Wands would be about really continuing. You're in heavy work mode. It's very spiritual. It's very creative, imaginative work. It's that sexual kundalini energy. But the 9 of Wands is about, okay, you're tired. Yes, we get it, but there's still some more work to do. So keep pushing forward. Now is not a time to quit or stop, but you've got just a little bit more work to do, and then you'll have time to rest. It almost makes me feel like January is a month where you work hard, where maybe December was a slower month. Like for me in the world of fitness, my full-time career, the holidays are usually a little slower time. I mean, we still have people coming and going and stuff going on, the usual work, but the gym's not quite as busy. We can breathe a little bit. It's like now, January, February, New Year's resolution. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, that is multiple of three. Yes, Kathy, isn't it? It's like three threes. Yeah. So that's probably one of the reasons why they did it. I think somebody knew what they were doing with these cards. So anyway, so there is John and anybody who chose number 8. So thanks for hanging out with me, guys. If you have any questions, now's a good time. I'll spend about 5 more minutes if you have any questions. Not any more readings, but any more questions about who I am, what I do. My name is Mitch Osborn. You can see my website right here. And if you don't know, I have like over 40 spreads on my website, Mitchell Osborn. Go to the tarot store. You can choose a spread. I've got a lot of 3-card readings. The full spread, I think I did like 24 this December, and it's like 2 cards per month for the entire year, so it's 28-card spread. But I can still get that in for you. It usually takes me 1 to 3 days, and I say 3 days because I just never know what's going to hit me. If you buy it like at Monday night at 8 o'clock, then sometimes it takes me till Wednesday to get it done. But I definitely have a bunch of spreads there, and I deliver those back to you. I customize them for you. I say your name in the video, so it's not a canned video, and I deliver it back to you in a spread that you can watch over as much as you want. So thank you, Heather. Thank you. Kimberly said, will I find a boyfriend this year? Definitely, Kimberly, catch me on another live night, or go. You can ask a 1-question spread. Now, I will be honest with you. You might not want to say, will I? Because that's a yes or no question, and it could be a very short reading. And that's a great topic. If you were to ask me, like if we were sitting in front of each other, and you're like, will I get a boyfriend this year? I said, first of all, let's look at who you are right now. Are you primed and ready for a relationship? What can you do? I would pull cards on that. Then I would say, what's the type of person that you're going to be most likely draw to you? And I would pull 3 cards and kind of see. And then I'd say, how can we bridge the gap from who you are now to where you're in that relationship, and ask Spirit to show through the cards what you can do to get to that place. So that's kind of how I work with a question like that. So yeah, so it's not that I won't answer yes or no questions, but I'm a big believer that the moment I say something, you are creating, co-creating, and miscreating your world. So if you sit down with me or online for a 30-minute session, as soon as I'm done, you are off creating, co-creating, and miscreating your world. So if I make a prediction, it's most likely what will happen. But again, it's just like, there are many ways to drive home. I know you're going to go home, but there are many different ways to get there. And you never know what happens on the way. There could be a delay by your choices, by your actions, things like that. So, but yeah, and I also am animal communicator. So if you have some furry babies, feathered babies, scaly babies, I love lizards. I love it. I'm a big fan of reptiles, but I do animal communication. Most of mine are 30-minute sessions: psychic, medium, tarot card, animal communications. I also do mindfulness, meditation, transformation, which is usually mindfulness to begin with, and there could be some hypnotherapy, EFT tapping, or eye movement therapy as well. All of this can be done remotely. I do most of it, like 90% remotely anyway. So 30-minute session is $50. And I usually have online sessions Tuesday, Thursday nights, 7 p.m. or 7:45 p.m. And then also Saturdays between 9:30 and 2:30, because I do have a full-time career. Thank you, Linda. In fitness, I've been in fitness, teaching group fitness, personal training. I'm a manager now, so I don't train at all, but I still teach classes. I teach Body Step twice a week, but I've been doing that for 32 years. So, thank you, Mary Ellen. Yay! Yes. I love doing the animal communications. I always joke around because this is the quote. I'm going to use air quotes. The humble Pisces in me. I hardly ever brag about much, but when I talk about animal communication, because I try not to be an animal communicator, I wanted to work with people, but the animals, it came so natural to me, and it's like I'm just there with them, and they're talking to me, and I'm talking to them, and I know what's going on. So it was one of those that was really kind of a, stumble. I never forget saying to someone, oh God, one time my business card, I know one day my business card is going to say pet psychic, and sure enough, it is. Thank you, Brenda. So if there's not a final question, I'm going to bring this to a close in a few minutes, maybe about 2 minutes. But definitely check out MitchellOsborn.com. I'm on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Where else am I? I'm on TikTok, but I don't do anything there. Oh, Lisa, fellow Pisces. Hello, hello. I'm March 14th. I'm a pie baby. Oh, hello to Poppy. Thank you, Mary Ellen. Shamra, what's up? So, so thank you all for hanging out. Thank you for sharing. If you're not a fan or subscribe to my YouTube channel, it's Intuitive Mitchell. And then when I do a live like this, I send it over there because I use Ecamm. For those of you who like to produce things, Ecamm, Ecamm, because I actually can connect another camera that I can face down on my desk and show the cards. And I also can Skype people in so we can do two at one time. That's how I do this with V. Yeah, so I always send this over to my YouTube when I'm done. So if you subscribe, then when I download something over there, you'll get a message letting you know something's popped up. But let's see, Sunday night, I'm going to be doing, Sunday night at 7 p.m., I do something every Sunday night. This Sunday night will be a mindfulness session, and I'm going to work on facing and turning towards pain, which often just by facing it, turning towards it, and acknowledging it, lessens it and reduces the pain and the reaction to it. So it's really kind of cool mindfulness practice. It's usually a 30-minute session, and then every other week I'll do an animal session. And if you see the animal communication session, it's called Talking with Animals on Sunday nights, every other Sunday night, then you can post a picture of your animal, and I'll do a quick little reading, just like a 3 or 5 minute reading. I can usually get through 3 or 4 of them in a Sunday night, but I usually have a lesson, do a little talking, talk about what's going on with my week, and then do a few readings. So, all right. So Linda said you love to be a little Georgie for one. Troublesome Maltese. Linda, definitely. And you know, I don't see them in person when I work online. You send a picture when you make an appointment. You send a picture to me, and I work that way. John, you are welcome. Thank you, thank you. So, all right, you guys. Well, I'm going to go. I keep thinking it's a Sunday night. I'm going to go relax, watching TV. I got to work tomorrow. So Happy New Year. If you're watching this live, thanks for joining me. If you're watching the replay, thanks for sticking out this far. And thanks for sharing this and retweeting and subscribing and posting. I say to you, namaste. Until next time. Bye-bye.